He can do everything. That guy's got elite jiu-jitsu. He's got elite takedowns. His striking is outstanding. Like, I've seen a lot of heavyweight, even Francis, who's like the greatest, scariest power striker I've ever seen in the heavyweight division. No one's scarier than Francis. Francis does not move like Tom.
Tom Aspinall has just dropped some jaw-dropping new training footage, and it's got the MMA world buzzing. Joe Rogan and fans everywhere are stunned. From the moment the video hit the internet, it was clear. This wasn't your average hype reel. The speed, the precision, the sheer power in every move, it was next level. Aspinall looked razor-sharp, focused, and absolutely explosive. This isn't just another training camp. It looks like he's gearing up for a full-on war. And his target? None other than Ciryl Gane, one of the most elite and dangerous strikers in the entire heavyweight division.
Tom Aspinall is significantly faster than every other heavyweight. That's a real problem because he's a heavyweight and he's a big guy, a really big guy, but he moves so fast. And so his speed has always been like extraordinary compared to other heavyweights. Like, he just fucking moves in. It's all like fast, explosive movements. So he's got natural speed, but then he's also got a lot of training to execute quickly. So when he moves in, he closes the gap. You can see like he's fast for a big guy.
Right.
I want to see it so bad.
John was shitting all over Aspinall, saying that
I think that's a bad way to go.
He was lucky that he blew his knee out with Curtis Blades because Curtis was teeing off
Doing
on
well.
him. Unless John avoided him, unless John used his wrestling to avoid exchanges, you know what that's all about.
Correct. It's called the Shop Shutdown.
Shop shut down.
I saw a 7-part
They did with
series on
Cyborg.
it. Yes. The Stipe fight, which is just like, it's a weird thing.
Aspinall's an athlete, man. He's such a good athlete.
Freak athlete.
Very fast. Very fast for a heavyweight.
So fast.
Yeah, but we felt the same way about Ciryl Gane, though.
Yeah, but
Ciryl Gane doesn't have wrestling, doesn't have jiu-jitsu. Aspinall's like legit on the ground. Very legit on the ground.
So legit that his dad owned a jiu-jitsu gym. His dad's a black belt. He started doing jiu-jitsu at 2.
Finally, we're back after over a year hiatus. Me and Ciryl finally signed on the dotted line. This is the 4th time we've been matched up together. He turned down the fight early on before we were both in the rankings. After that, he fought Spivak. I said in a post-fight interview after I beat Tabora,
I'm going to go to Paris. I'm going to be sat front row for Ciryl Gane against Sergey Spivak. I'm going to beat the winner, and then I'm going to beat John Jones.
I went to Paris. Ciryl, fortunately, turned down the fight on a second occasion. Third occasion, I fought Curtis Blades. The original opponent was Ciryl Gane. Unfortunately, Ciryl Gane was busy that day. Ciryl was filming his Netflix series. Can't remember what it's called, but I'm sure you can check it out now on Netflix. And now we are matched up for the 25th of October, Abu Dhabi. Me and Ciryl. The 4th attempt is here, and this is Cyryl's 3rd title shot. So we are going to try and get rid of Ciryl Gane from the title picture for good.
With that clip now spreading like wildfire, the online world is in a frenzy. MMA communities are lit up, debates are raging, fighters are weighing in, and analysts are choosing sides. And then there's Joe Rogan. Whenever he reacts like this, people take notice. He's been hyping Tom Aspinall for years, and now it seems like that prophecy is coming true. That let's dive into this. Ciryl Gane is no joke. His footwork, his striking, his movement, it's all top tier. Is a heavyweight, but the way he moves feels more like a welterweight with sniper-like precision.
What are your thoughts on Ciryl Gane being potentially the toughest opponent yet for you? A lot of people say somebody you've not really sort of faced that type of fighter in the heavyweight division.
I think both me and Ciryl we both have niche style for heavyweights. We don't fight like heavyweights, both of us. So this could be the fastest, the best moving heavyweight fight that anybody's ever seen. We're both great movers, we're both light on our feet, we're both elusive, so this is going to be great. And by the way, all this stuff that I've just said previously, we actually made a video this time last year, a little bit longer, when we found out that Manchester was going to come and there was going to be an event in Manchester. When I thought I was fighting Ciryl Gane, but he declined it, we made a video there over a year ago now. And if you don't believe me, if you don't believe it on the timeline, look, got my teeth done now. Look at the old video. You want to zoom in on them?
Hold on.
Got my teeth done.
Let me get right in there.
I got the teeth done now. When I did this video, this was over a year ago. Didn't have my teeth done then, so get over there.
Aspinall will face Ciryl Gane. Aspinall has 15 wins, and all of them are by finish. Gane is the #1 ranked heavyweight.
Now, when you look at the UFC heavyweight rankings,
As I say, Tom has beat most of them, and he's beat them in style, and he's knocked them all out. Curtis Blades, Sergey Pavlovich, Alexander Volkov, whoever they are, he's beaten them all up. But Ciryl Gane is a little bit different. Now, of course, John Jones beat Ciryl Gane in quick fashion, took him down in the first round, submitted him with a front choke. But Ciryl Gane is the same as Tom Aspinall in terms of athletic ability. When I say that Tom Aspinall is a heavyweight George St. Pierre, that kind of goes to Ciryl Gane as well. The man's gigantic. He's very quick. He's agile. He's light on his feet. He could run any sport on the planet. And he's almost like George St. Pierre and Tom Aspinall in the fact that he's got all those athletic attributes and qualities, but he doesn't have the grappling. That's what cost him against John Jones. And that's probably what's going to cost him against Tom Aspinall. You never know. He could clip him. This is a dangerous fight. This is heavyweight MMA. But Tom Aspinall can grapple. We've seen him take people down. He's done jiu-jitsu since he was about 15 years old. His dad is going to be on his case, and that's an absolute fact, saying, hey, you're not messing with this guy. Take him down. Show him what you can do. Show the world your grappling capability. Remember, Ciryl Gane turned Francis Ngannou into a wrestler, okay? So he's a very, very credible threat on the feet. But of course, I do fancy Tom Aspinall to get the job done. The fact that he isn't fighting John Jones is insane, but we've talked about that till the cows come home, so I'm not going to bore you on that subject anymore. But just you wait. John Jones is probably going to pop up on Twitter.
Can you tell us the timeline of John accepted the fight, went to Thailand, came back, didn't want the fight? What happened?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that Thailand was the end of it. You know, we were talking about it before that. But yeah, the fight was done. We had the fight done a long time ago. So why he decided not to fight, you guys will have to ask him that.
Is it accurate that there's a lot of reports about figures he was offered? Is it fair to say he was offered a lot of money to take this fight?
Yeah. Listen, he was offered what he deserves for that fight. Yeah.
I'll just come out and ask you, do you think he's ducking Tom Aspinall?
No. John Jones, I said it a million times and I'll say it again. He's never ducked anybody other than that one goofy time with the Chael Sonnen thing. He's never ducked anybody. And, you know, I think the reality is whatever changed his mind with this fight, I don't know. You'd have to ask him that. But, you know, he's 38 years old. And I don't know.
Do you think if it was someone like Alex Pereira, he would fight then? And it's maybe Tom that he specifically like doesn't fancy the matchup, doesn't fancy the age difference?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to these questions. Only he does. You know, we had the fight done. Listen, our job is to make the biggest fights we can make and the fights that the fans want to see. And that's what we try to do. But the minute somebody starts talking about retirement, you know, my philosophy on that, you should do it.
Yeah. Did you know about the stuff that came out of Albuquerque last night?
I saw it today. When I saw it today, I said, oh, everybody's going to think this is why he retired. Maybe that is why he retired. Who the hell knows, man? But yeah, I don't know. These are all questions you got to ask him. Yeah. We had the fight done. You know, you saw me talking about it very confidently that this fight was going to happen. And then he changed his mind.
Yeah. Two more quick ones for me. So for Tom Aspinall now, he's the heavyweight champion of the world. Does that defense he did against Curtis Blades count to his official defenses? Because then he would only have two more to equal Stipe, or does he have to start fresh now?
You guys are throwing shit at me that I haven't thought about. I have no idea, but yeah, I don't know.
Okay. It seems like the most obvious choice would be Ciryl Gane for Tom, but is there a chance here maybe that like to start the new without John Jones era, we should maybe do a big super fight and maybe convince Alex Pereira to move up and do an Aspinall fight, something like that? Or what are you thinking about the Tom fight?
Well, once I get through today, tomorrow starts International Fight Week. I'll be back in Vegas tonight, and Tom will be there all next week. So we'll sit down with him, see what he's thinking, what he wants to do. He's been great through this whole thing, and literally said, "I'll fight whoever you guys tell me to fight. I'm ready to go." So, looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the Tom Aspinall era.
He's a master at managing range, picking his moments, and shutting down chaos before it starts. Ciryl Gane has proven time and time again that against elite competition, he's a puzzle few can solve. That is, unless you're John Jones, who closed the gap and tapped him out before Gane could even settle in. But Tom Aspinall is built differently. This guy isn't just lethal on the feet. He's a complete threat everywhere. Striking, wrestling, ground and pound, slick submissions. His arsenal is as deep as it is dangerous. And with a relentless pace that overwhelms most heavyweights, It's no wonder so few can keep up.
I'd heard a rumor that John Jones wanted $30 million to fight Tom Aspinall. And I did hear that rumor. And I did hear that the UFC said yes, but it is not true. So Dana contacted me, said that rumor's bullshit. So I felt obligated to tell everybody that was a fake rumor.
What do you think the amount is that John Jones would fight him for, or do you think it's an amount?
Well, apparently John is thinking about retiring.
Yeah.
And he should. I mean, he's going to have to someday. He should. I'm not saying he should retire. I'm saying he should think about it. Give the man all the time he wants. He can fight whenever he wants to fight. That's John Jones. He's the GOAT. So leave him alone. If he decides one day to come back, and he comes back and he wants to fight Tom Aspinall for the heavyweight title, the question is, like, how long are you allowed to hold on to the title before they start having that conversation? Now, he just knocked out Stipe Miocic, so give the man months. Give the man 5 or 6 months. Just leave him the fuck alone. But at a certain point in time, you have to decide who the heavyweight champion is. And if Tom is the interim heavyweight champion and John decides he doesn't want to fight anymore, he could do that. And he could do that also and then come back in a year and fight for the title. He could do that. Like, he could do whatever he wants.
John Jones says he wants to be on there too, and he says he would fight whoever the champion is. But would you be okay with him like coming back, potentially winning that belt again?
You know, I thought about him. I can't risk putting him in big positions in a big spot and have something go wrong, especially the White House.
I was retired. I felt like I was at a place where I've done it all in the MMA space, and felt like there wasn't too many more challenges for me, and I just wanted to do something more than championships and money. And Donald Trump mentioned that he wanted to have a fight at the White House Garden, you know, and that just seems like such a huge opportunity. I'm a very proud American. I have a lot of close friends that are in the military, and this is my act of I can't call it service, but just to be able to entertain the country and the world at this level at the White House, it just means the world to me. So I'm back.
So they've announced this White House UFC fight. Can we expect to see you on the card?
I can't promise anyone anything, but I have very strong feelings that I'll be on that card. It's going to be historic.
But who would you take on? Who would be your dream opponent?
I would want to take on whoever's holding the belt at the end of the year.
Any possible names you think?
Well, you know, I mean, as of right now, the champion is Tom Aspinall, but we'll see who's the champion at the end of the year. The only thing to have an American guy fight for the championship that night, I'd be willing to put it all on the line.
Nice. The latest footage makes one thing clear. Tom Aspinall is looking sharper than ever. His combinations are cleaner, his reflexes quicker, and his confidence unshakable. Joe Rogan and others haven't held back. They say Aspinall moves like a middleweight, hits like a heavyweight, and fights like a man on a mission, and right now, he is on a mission. This showdown with Ciryl Gane isn't just about holding on to the interim title. It's about reclaiming the spotlight that's been lingering over John Jones for far too long. It's about sending a message that the heavyweight division has evolved and the era of waiting is over.
Jones is known for being unpredictable in more ways than one, both inside the octagon and outside of it, so he can't be upset or disappointed when Dana White says, look, the White House card is something that logistically is already difficult enough. It's a security nightmare, but I also don't know, quite frankly, if I can trust John Jones in a spot like this.
Tom Aspinall just retired John Jones. Just as he predicted, Tom Aspinall, over a year ago, I think, said, I will retire this man without even having to fight him. He's never going to fight me. And despite all the umming and ahhing and all the fucking pretending that he was going to actually ever get in the cage with Tom Aspinall, John Jones has done what we always knew he was going to do. He's tucked tail and ran. Imagine calling yourself a goat and yet behaving like such a duck. I mean, this is like back in the playground. John Jones has got a bike. Tom Aspinall's come over and goes, give us your bike now. What you have to do then is fight. You have to defend what your shit is and say, no, you're not going to take this. And do you know what John Jones did? You have it. I don't want to fight. You can have it. This is unbelievable. The greatest of all time. What a load of shit. I'm sorry. Never going to call that him the GOAT ever again. Because being the greatest of all time is not just about winning. And that's what John Jones doesn't understand. It's about how you conduct yourself throughout the whole of your career. Are you willing to fight the biggest challenges, the biggest tests, go in there and test yourself against everyone? And John Jones proved Without a shadow of a doubt, his biggest test stepped up and he bottled it well and truly. Remember this clip from like over a year ago when John actually met Tom in person?
Respect, man.
All the best.
Respect.
All the best.
Do a quick picture.
Sure.
Yeah?
Let's get it.
A face off.
No, okay.
He wouldn't even face off with Tom Aspinall, let alone get in a cage with him. And after all of the fannying around and waiting for John Jones to man up and strap his balls on and defend his heavyweight title, because you've never really earned it. You beat a guy who wasn't even the champion. You beat Stipe. Oh my God, what a farce that fight was.
If for whatever reason it falls apart and we never get to see John Jones versus Tom Aspinall, the UFC is not to blame. The UFC has, in my opinion, well, excuse me, I'll take that back. The UFC has, based on the conversations that I've had, not in my opinion, but what I'm reading and surmising and what's being told to me is they have made every effort in very good faith to make this fight happen. Now, obviously, when fights don't come to fruition, there's a multitude of reasons as to why fights don't happen. But in my opinion, if this fight doesn't happen, it's not because of the UFC. It's not because of Tom Aspinall as well. I think ultimately who will decide whether or not this fight happens or not is John Jones. Now, that's not some big breaking news, but I say that to say, yes, if John wants the fight to happen today, and I don't mean like the fight to actually be fought today, but like done deal today, it could be a done deal today. It's up to him. And it's always been up to him. Now, for a while, you could have said, all right, they have to meet whatever number, right? That 30 million was thrown out. Whatever that number is, Rogan walked it back. I had heard the same number, whatever. Point is, I believe that the UFC has met all the demands. Well, in a very favorable way for both guys. They both have demands. We know what Tom wants to a degree, and we know what John wants to a degree. I think ultimately it's on him. Now, we don't need to get into the whole like, at what point do they need to pull the plug on this, and when's the deadline? We've done that song and dance a bunch of times, and I'm kind of tired of it. Like they'll do it when they need to do it. They'll do it when they want to do it. They'll do it when they need Tom to fight. If John isn't going to be that guy. But I think at this point, there are some people who want to say, hey, the UFC didn't make Jones versus Ngannou. The UFC didn't make this big fight. The UFC didn't make that big fight. When the story is written on this fight, if it doesn't come to fruition, I don't think it will be on the UFC. I really think the UFC, based on what I'm hearing and have been told, I really think the UFC has done everything that they could to make it happen. Is the fight a done deal as of right now? No, it's not a done deal as of right now. So I don't know what he's hearing. Could it be a done deal as of today at some point? Could it be a done deal in 30 minutes? Yes. But is it a done deal as of earlier today when I was doing some digging? No. So I don't know if we add that to the 0.05 or the 0.5 that Pizzi said, but I wouldn't celebrate just yet.
Let's not forget, Tom Aspinall spent nearly a full year waiting on John Jones. A year filled with mixed signals, retirement talk, long silences, and broken promises. While Jones dragged things out, Tom stayed locked in, training, speaking up, staying sharp now. With Jones out of action and pulled from the White House card, reportedly over concerns about reliability from Dana White himself, it's Aspinall who's taking center stage in Abu Dhabi, representing the new wave of heavyweight talent. But don't get it twisted, Ciryl Gane is no easy knight. This is a real test. For many fans and analysts, it's a dead-even matchup. Gane's shown he can go the distance, is slick, calculated, and knows how to pick you apart if the pace is on his terms. But that's the key. Aspinall doesn't let you fight at your pace. He closes the gap fast, and when he does, it's hard to recover.
But Aspinall, so far, the way he dispatched off
the Russian guy,
oh my God. And he's fast, but he's the same height as me, if not an inch taller, but thick. Yeah. And I was like, you're a lot thicker than I would expect. Yeah. And the speed, that's the thing that I'm like, okay, that's the danger. But again, grappling, he's a black belt, but John is...
That's different.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. They got to fight. But if they don't ever fight, we'll never know. Because we had that with John and Silva. We had that with Silva and GSP. So all these fights we will never see.
Tom Aspinall doesn't throw wild shots. He picks his targets with precision. He doesn't wait around for openings. He creates them. And when it comes to this fight, it might all come down to one thing. Who dictates the pace that if Ciryl Gane can keep Tom at range, chop at the legs, manage the rhythm, and stuff the takedowns, he has a real path to victory. But if Aspinall comes out aggressive, mixes it up, and forces Gane to retreat, it could either be a long, grinding night for Ciryl, or a very short one. And that's exactly what fans are arguing about right now. Is Aspinall still too green? Has he faced enough adversity? Or are we looking at the most complete heavyweight on the UFC roster today? What's undeniable is his hunger. You can see it in every move. He's a fighter who's waited too long for the big names, the belt, the spotlight, and now is taking all of it. That's what Joe Rogan and countless others are highlighting. This isn't just another title defense. This is a defining moment for the division. It's about ending the waiting game that surrounded Jon Jones. It's about establishing a champion who shows up, wants to fight, and moves the sport forward. So here we are, October in Abu Dhabi. Two of the most dangerous heavyweights on the planet. One belt, one defining moment. And if the recent footage is any indication, Tom Aspinall might not just be on the rise. He could be unstoppable. Gane is slick, savvy, and has been in the fire before. But Aspinall is sharper, is faster, is starving for greatness. And this might just be the night he takes it all.